the reason why, a lot of times the people around us can be our downfall. And I'm going to tell Devin that. The people around us can be our downfall.
Boxing icon Floyd Mayweather urged Devin to replace his father and trainer Bill Haney with a more experienced trainer. Money and Bill Haney were also involved in a heated confrontation where Mayweather mocked Bill Haney, asking if he needed help after his son's devastating defeat.
I'm just asking a question. We ain't no pistol contest.
Does it feel like that?
I don't. That's what I'm asking you.
I feel like, listen.
Bill also took a swipe at Mayweather, suggesting that he hasn't been a good influence on the people he has worked with.
You wanted me to tell you? I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga based on your actions about everybody that's been in the town that's been down with you. You dig what I'm saying? They doing dirt ball bad. Ain't nobody doing real good fucking with you. You dig?
The latest conversation between Mayer and Bill Haney was wild. Money also had some things to say about Devin and how he needed to approach his career after his defeat. Stick around and watch as we take a look at that and more in today's video. Floyd Mayweather recently broke his silence after Devin Haney was humbled by Ryan Garcia this weekend. Garcia handed the Dream the first defeat of his career, which disappointed the young boxer. Devin was spotted leaving the arena immediately after the fight. He didn't even show up to the post-fight press conference, and it was clear that he was disappointed in himself. Mayweather finally decided that he needed to step in and offered some valuable words of advice for the WBC super lightweight champion. The boxing icon, however, didn't spare Devin's father and basically blamed him for being responsible for his son's defeat.
Moving around with him, I think we only did probably 4 rounds because I wasn't in no shape. Devin Haney, sharp skills, great boxer.
Mayweather trained Devin during his amateur days, and the two even sparred once in the gym. Money is therefore familiar with Devin and understands how difficult it must be for him to handle this defeat. He reviewed Devin's clash with Garcia and provided useful insights on where he went wrong. He also had suggestions for what Devin should do about his training camp. Mayweather highlighted specific technical errors in Devin Haney's approach during the fight against Ryan Garcia. He noted that Haney's jabbing technique was flawed, indicating that Devin was jabbing incorrectly by pulling his hand back in a way that Mayweather described as amateurish. He suggested that instead of pulling the hand back, the jab should be executed more compactly and efficiently, keeping the defense tight and making it harder for the opponent to counter. While Mayweather's comments were more focused on Devin's technical faults, he also mentioned Bill Haney. He emphasized the importance of having someone in Devin's corner who understands the nuances of boxing and can guide him through critical moments in a high-profile fight. Mayweather stressed that while he is not suggesting Devin should remove his father as his coach, it is crucial to have additional guidance from someone with deep boxing knowledge, especially during crunch moments in big fights.
I'm not saying remove your dad, but you got to have somebody that knows something about boxing right there with you to tell you how to handle that crunch moment. I'm not telling them to remove you, Bill. No.
Mayweather also shared broader advice about the importance of surrounding oneself with the right people, hinting that the wrong crowd could lead to a downfall. This was in context with his own experiences and the changes he made that positively impacted his career. Although not directly a critique of Bill Haney, it reflects on the broader team dynamics and the influence they can have on an athlete's performance. Floyd Mayweather's analysis provided constructive criticism aimed at improving Devin Haney's boxing technique and strategic approach in future fights. His comments suggest a respect for the existing coach-athlete relationship, but also highlight the need for additional expert guidance to refine Devin's skills further. In a separate conversation with former pro boxer Zab Judah, Mayweather went more in-depth as he criticized Bill Haney's negative influence on his son's career.
Has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way in boxing. Bill has rubbed people, a lot of fighters. So what he's doing is making things hard for his son.
Mayweather highlighted the respect necessary within the sport of boxing and criticized Bill Haney for potentially complicating Devin's career through his confrontational style. He expressed concern that Bill's behavior might affect judges' decisions in Devin's future fights due to the negativity it brings to the sport. Mayweather also reflected on the changes in boxing due to his influence, particularly in financial aspects, noting that fighters today benefit from the economic structure he helped create. He acknowledged the risks boxers take and advocated for their right to substantial compensation, emphasizing the importance of respect towards those who paved the way. Additionally, Mayweather discussed personal responsibility and the need for fighters to focus on what truly matters, criticizing some for getting distracted by wealth and fame. He mentioned the importance of legacy and setting a proper example for future generations. The discussion was both a critique of current tendencies in boxing and a reflection on Mayweather's own experiences and contributions to the sport, providing insights into the complexities of relationships and reputation management in professional boxing. Things only got worse from here because Mayweather was later in an Instagram Live conversation with Bill, and the two left no stone unturned as they took verbal jabs at one another. This time, Money mocked Devin for maintaining an undefeated record in the gym while failing to win against Ryan Garcia. He mocked the notion of celebrating gym victories as if they were actual competitive achievements. The conversation escalated as Mayweather accused Bill of being inadequate in guiding Devin, suggesting that Devin needed more help than just his father's management. Mayweather expressed his disappointment and frustrations openly, mocking the idea of being undefeated in training as irrelevant to actual boxing success. Mayweather was vocal about his views, using the platform to underline the difference between gym training and real competitive fights. He implied that while Devin might excel in controlled gym environments, his skills did not translate into winning crucial bouts, specifically pointing out the loss to Ryan Garcia as a significant letdown. This confrontation underscores the tension between Mayweather and the Haneys. Heck feels that Bill Haney isn't fit to be Devin's trainer, and that the super lightweight champion is at a massive disadvantage due to this. And it is not just Mayweather who feels that Bill Haney is unfit as a trainer for Devin. Gervonta Davis also took a swipe at Bill Haney after the loss. Rapper Sausa Walka, in a video chat with Floyd Mayweather, also slammed Bill Haney. Walka praised Devin for his perseverance and grit during the fight against Garcia, highlighting his effort and the challenges he faced. However, he was critical of Bill Haney's coaching approach, suggesting that it might be time for Devin to consider a new trainer to enhance his skills and strategies.
Devin Haney's father, but it might be time for Devin to pick up a new trainer so he can get extra skill set and extra alternative boxing strategies to use when we're presented with different fights, with different.
Walka emphasized that in boxing, the compatibility of styles between a fighter and their trainer is crucial, and he felt that Bill's strategy did not align with the demands of the fight. He noted that while Devin showed great skill and intelligence, the match against Garcia required a more aggressive approach than what was planned. According to Walka, Devin's training under his father seemed to focus excessively on defensive tactics and scoring points, which did not suffice against Garcia's bolder and more forceful style. Moreover, Walka pointed out that Ryan Garcia's training had adapted to include better defensive techniques, making him a tougher opponent than anticipated. He critiqued the Haney camp for not adjusting their strategy mid-fight, which he believed contributed to Devin's struggles. Walka argued that Devin needed to be less dependent on his boxing IQ and more responsive with raw aggression when the situation called for it. American pro boxer Kenneth Sims was another critic who lashed out at Bill.
I feel like the build-up to that fight, I don't know if it got in his head. I feel like he was fighting off emotions, and I don't think his dad made it no better. To like, send my son here to kill him statement.
Sims expressed significant criticism of Bill Haney's role in Devin Haney's preparation and performance against Ryan Garcia. Sims attributed part of Devin's underwhelming performance to his father, Bill Haney, particularly criticizing Bill for emotionally charging the fight with his comments, which he believes negatively impacted Devin's mental state and approach to the fight. According to Sims, Bill's intense statements about sending Devin to kill Garcia set a tone that may have led Devin to fight based on emotion rather than strategy, diverting him from using his best attributes in the ring. Sims suggested that the pressure and expectations set by Bill did not help Devin, who seemed to lose focus and composure, which was evident in his failure to effectively use his skills during the fight. This approach, as per Sims, contributed to Devin getting drawn into a more aggressive and less tactical fight, which did not suit him and ultimately led to his poor performance. Sims' perspective highlights the significant influence that a trainer or a father figure can have on an athlete's psychological and tactical approach to high-stakes competitions. Now, Floyd Mayweather also touched on Ryan Garcia during his latest Instagram Live conversations.
When the guy is young, he hurt a guy, he jumped right on the guy like this instantly. So that's kind of what happened.
Mayweather was all praise for the star boxer, acknowledging Kingry's impressive physical attributes and boxing skills. He highlighted Garcia's quick hands and fast feet, which, although not on the level of historical greats like Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard, were effective for his age and weight class. Mayweather appreciated how these attributes played a crucial role in Garcia's victory against Devin Haney. Money also provided a detailed analysis of the fight dynamics, emphasizing the effectiveness of Garcia's punches like his deadly left hook, which he described as particularly devastating due to its angle of attack, often catching Devin off guard from the blind side. This technical insight underscores the nuances that Mayweather observes, which contribute to his understanding of boxing strategies and outcomes. He compared the youthful vigor and tactical execution of Ryan Garcia to other fighters who might not be able to press the gas due to age or wear and tear. This comparison highlighted how age and physical condition can affect a fighter's performance in the ring. An important point that Mayweather touched upon was the importance of discipline in training, indirectly referencing Garcia's approach and how it contrasts with his own rigorous discipline during his fighting days. He questioned whether less disciplined approaches could affect a fighter's performance, although he noted that some fighters still perform well under such conditions. Mayweather once again stressed the value of experienced and knowledgeable corner advice during fights. He reflected on his own experiences where the guidance from his uncle Roger, a seasoned fighter himself, was crucial during tough situations in matches. As for Devin, he has been receiving a lot of feedback on how he must approach his career after this loss. The young boxer expressed his desire to fight a rematch immediately after his defeat, which didn't sit well with the boxing experts.
Devin Haney will retire from the sport of boxing, says an expert after the Ryan Garcia rematch.
Fanon Boxing warned that Devin could retire if he loses in a potential rematch against Garcia. There's a huge risk for Devin in this rematch, according to Fanon. Fanon critiqued several aspects of Haney's capabilities and situation. Firstly, he doubts Haney's power, noting that Haney rarely seems to impact his opponents significantly with his punches. This was evident in his last performance, where his usual tactics, like jabs to the body, did little to deter Garcia. Secondly, he questioned Haney's ability to absorb punches, referencing past fights where Haney appeared vulnerable. Additionally, Fanon discussed weight class issues, suggesting Haney might be better suited to fight at 147 pounds instead of 140, given his physical frame. He speculated that moving up in weight could potentially benefit Haney by reducing the need for him to cut weight severely, though he also acknowledged that a stronger Garcia at 147 pounds could be even more dangerous for Haney.
The thing that's out there that gives me the most hope for Devin, but at 147 and even stronger Ryan Garcia, man, Ryan Garcia may take his head off, man. And also, man, this is a fourth one.
Moreover, Fanon pointed out the potential psychological impacts on Haney following the defeat, emphasizing the need for strong mental resilience to bounce back. He criticized Haney and his father, Bill Haney, for their public portrayal of Devin as a superior fighter, suggesting that such attitudes might attract further challenges from other fighters eager to prove themselves against him. Fan in boxing ultimately doesn't think that a rematch will change anything unless Devin makes some serious changes. Even then, a rematch seems like a tall task for the former undisputed lightweight champion. Fan in Boxing warned Devin about fighting a rematch against Kingry. Another YouTuber slammed the talks about a potential rematch. Showbiz the Adult provided a critical assessment of a potential rematch, expressing doubts and highlighting several issues with Haney's performance. He strongly opposed the idea of a rematch, arguing that Haney's defeat was so definitive that a second fight would not be justified. According to Showbiz, Garcia dominated the previous encounter to such an extent that a rematch would likely not alter the outcome.
The hell out of Devin Haney, all right? So just like I feel with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence shouldn't be a rematch, how I feel about Bivol and Canelo Alvarez should be a this here ain't no rematch, bro. Ain't no rematch.
He criticized the decision-making around the fight, suggesting that there were attempts to manipulate the outcome in favor of Haney, such as questionable refereeing decisions that penalized Garcia unfairly. Showbiz felt that these incidents aimed to give Haney undue advantages, thus trying to rob Garcia of a clear victory. Regarding Haney's capabilities, Showbiz was particularly harsh. He pointed out Haney's inability to effectively respond to Garcia's attacks, noting that Haney seemed unable to handle Garcia's speed and power. He emphasized that Haney's performance was not just a poor showing, but also indicative of deeper issues in his fighting style and technique. Furthermore, Showbiz discussed the broader implications of Haney's loss. He argued that the defeat exposed significant flaws in Haney's defense and overall approach, which could be detrimental in future fights against top-tier opponents. He mentioned past instances where Haney seemed vulnerable and suggested these were not isolated incidents, but part of a pattern that skilled fighters like Garcia could exploit. Another critic who slammed Devin after his defeat was Teofimo Lopez Sr. The boxing trainer was critical of Devin Haney's performance and expressed a strong opinion about his future in the ring. According to Lopez Sr., Devin Haney lacks the necessary punching power and durability, specifically noting that Haney does not possess a strong chin, which he believes is essential for enduring and succeeding at higher levels of boxing. Lopez Sr. seemed to suggest that Haney's prior successes were overestimated and that his true capabilities were exposed by Ryan Garcia's performance against him.
No, he has to start fighting the top 20 guys.
He has to stop?
Yeah, and start getting his, his confidence back. Because right now, that kid is destroyed.
Regarding who Devin Haney should fight next, Teofimo Lopez Sr. emphasized that Haney should take a step back from top-tier competitors to rebuild his confidence and possibly work on his technique. He suggested that Haney focus on fighting opponents who are not at the top of the rankings to help regain his form and confidence after the loss to Garcia. Boxing trainer Robert Garcia had similar advice for Devin. He suggested that taking a significant break from boxing following this loss could help him recuperate. He suggested that it would be beneficial for both his physical and psychological recovery. Garcia recommended that Haney take the rest of the year off and not rush back into any major fights too soon. He emphasized the importance of Haney returning to training towards the end of the year and possibly taking an easier tune-up fight to help rebuild his confidence and assess his readiness to return to more competitive bouts. Garcia also expressed that a rematch with Ryan Garcia would be premature if scheduled too soon, suggesting that the summer of the next year might be more appropriate for such a significant fight. He noted that if a rematch were to occur, it would require careful planning, a solid training camp, and a strategic approach to maximize Haney's chances of success. Additionally, Garcia pointed out the complexity of handling a defeat not just from the physical toll it takes, but also from the mental and emotional aspects. He acknowledged the resilience of young fighters like Haney, but stressed the necessity of a well-thought-out comeback plan to ensure long-term success and health. This approach reflects a broader perspective on athlete management, focusing on sustainable career development rather than rushing back into high-stakes situations without adequate preparation. Now, Floyd Mayweather's uncle and renowned boxing trainer Jeff Mayweather also shed light on Devin Haney's performance and revealed the mistakes he made against Garcia. Jeff Mayweather highlighted that Haney was unexpectedly dropped multiple times during the fight, which played a significant role in his defeat. Despite winning rounds where he wasn't knocked down, the impact of the knockdowns was too substantial to overcome in the scoring. Mayweather discussed the tactical aspects of the fight, noting that Haney won the majority of rounds where he wasn't hurt, but emphasized that the knockdowns crucially shifted the fight's dynamics. He critiqued the refereeing, suggesting that some knockdowns weren't counted that should have been, and there was an inconsistency in handling fouls, which might have slightly favored Haney.
But I mean, my brother Roger, when he was still alive, when he fought, I mean, he was in not fights where he just been knocked down. He had fights where he's been knocked out. Hey. And he was able to come back, and he was able to come back strong and still win a world title.
Regarding Haney's future, Jeff Mayweather was reflective yet optimistic. He compared Haney's situation to other fighters who have experienced significant setbacks, including his brother Roger Mayweather, who also faced knockdowns and knockouts but managed to come back and win world titles. Jeff suggested that Haney's next steps should involve careful consideration of his weight class decisions and potential opponents. He hinted at the possibility of moving up in weight if Haney feels comfortable and ready, though he also pointed out the challenges of facing bigger and potentially more powerful opponents. Devin Haney's devastating defeat at the hands of Ryan Garcia has exposed several areas that require urgent attention if he aims to secure and succeed in a rematch. Particularly evident from the fight was Haney's vulnerability to crumbling under pressure, a critical aspect that he needs to address both in his training regimen and his mental approach to fighting.
Derrick James has a point. He's young, so the kid will recover. He'll come back. He'll be a champion again. He'll be, I don't think this is the end of his career, but he does need to take maybe the rest of the year off. Start training at the end of the year, fight sometime next year.
Haney needs to reassess and diversify his training regimen. This should involve a greater emphasis on mental toughness and resilience training. Sports psychologists or mental conditioning coaches can play a pivotal role in this area, helping him to develop strategies to maintain focus and composure under severe pressure. Additionally, simulated high-pressure scenarios during training could help him adapt to the intense environment he faces in the ring, allowing him to react more calmly and effectively when under duress. On the technical front, Haney should work on improving his defensive mechanisms, particularly his ability to recover quickly from powerful strikes, as Garcia's punching power was a significant factor in their bout. Enhancing his footwork to maintain optimal positioning and avoid dangerous exchanges will be crucial. Furthermore, refining counter-punching skills could provide Haney with the tools to exploit Garcia's aggressiveness in a rematch. After such a devastating loss, regaining confidence is vital. One strategic approach is for Haney to schedule fights against other reputable lightweight contenders. Winning against other strong opponents can rebuild his self-belief and ring authority. Each victory will serve not only to boost his confidence, but also to hone his skills and adjustments made in training. Directly seeking a rematch with Garcia might not be the wisest initial move. Instead, Haney should focus on incrementally proving his improved capabilities and resilience through these intermediary fights. This step-by-step approach will allow him to develop a more robust fighting resume post-defeat and enter a rematch with enhanced credibility and a stronger psychological footing. Lastly, managing public perception and media relations will be crucial for Haney. He needs to project an image of strength and readiness, emphasizing his commitment to improvement and focus on future successes. Effective communication about his progress and victories will help shift the narrative from his defeat to his comeback journey. But what are your thoughts? Will Devin Haney make a comeback to the boxing ring soon? Will he fight the rematch with Ryan Garcia? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.